Hello everyone.
Hello.
And welcome to episode 3 of the VOLVO P1800S Restoration. Quick recap of what we have done so far. We've removed the engine, gearbox, drive shaft. We have removed the windows and one more. That's pretty much what. That's the big stuff. That's the big stuff that we have done. You have been working on the car while I've not been here with small things.
Inside door panels, chrome details and small bits and pieces inside the car, and mainly the inside has been done. Not much outside, but small bits and pieces, as I said. So that's what we're up to at the moment.
Yep. So I guess you guys are wondering, what are we going to be doing in episode 3? We are going to, well, the goal is to remove the rear and front axle. Is it the front axle or what is it called?
I'm not sure, but
I can't remember the English name. In Swedish it's called framvagn. But yeah, the rear and front axle, we'll just call it that. You guys know what we're talking about, so it's cool. So yeah, that's the goal for today. So we can get the car in the jig and be able to turn it around, and so we can start doing the bodywork, removing things that are bad, doing the welding, and actually doing the really fun stuff. So that's pretty much the goal we've got in this episode. And I also want to say thanks to all the new subscribers that have joined. Really fun to have you on board on this project. And for everyone that has been with us from the start, it's really nice to have you guys and showing the support. And don't forget to feel free to ask any questions, and we will. Yeah, if there's anything you want to see in particular, we'll try to fit it in, and if you've got any other questions regarding the build, we will answer them in the beginning of the episodes. So yeah, we're going to start with, before we go on to the rear axle to remove it, we're going to start with showing how to remove the chrome details on the rear fenders, just so you guys know if you're also doing that, so you know how to remove it. It's pretty easy, but yeah, it's just to show you guys how to do it. Have I forgotten anything? Have I left anything out, or you think that's good?
no, I would say so. Some things here is also learn as you go. I don't know everything. Some things I know more than other things, so it's going to be interesting. There's some bumps on the way as well, I suppose. But at this stage, it's gone quite well. Could have gone further, but like I said, we got other things to do in life too. So every moment we hear it's a bonus.
Yep. And like you said, with learning on the way, I've never been doing any bodyworks or working on an older Volvo. I've mostly been working on BMWs and Audis. So for me, this is like a whole new territory. So I'm learning a lot during this build. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, so it is this chrome trimming that we have removed on one side, and we're going to show you guys how to remove it on this side. Oh, it's the same, but we saved one to show you guys. Okay, so as you can see here, the chrome trimming is held on by screws from under, and they go, as you can see them, there is one, and there is one, and then it goes into the car, so you have to do it from there. So to remove it, you have to loosen them, and then it just pretty much slides up. Okay, so I'm pretty stupid, and I didn't hit the record button when I was loosening the other screw for the chrome thing. So there are at least 3 of these screws. So there's like one here, one here, and then one somewhere about here in the boot, and then the rest are like inside here. Yo, what's up? Okay, so we've been working on the car. I've been hearing these really weird noises from the boot. Don't know what is in there.
Hello!
Oh shit, it's you. So there are 3 screws in the boot, and then you have to go into the car and put your hand in this really little hole, and there is one screw
Just there.
yeah, like there,
Straight in there.
and then there is one more
Up here.
up,
In the corner.
yeah, up there. So for some reason all the other screws have been 10s, and then that one has been a 9, and it was the same on the other side. Pretty weird. And once you have removed all the screws, you just simply lift it up carefully,
And there you go.
and bam, gone.
There it is.
And this is what it looks like. So it's it's not actually the screw you loosen, it's the, what's it called? Muttern.
Nut.
The nut. Yeah, so it sits like this. It's pretty delicate, so you have to be careful. And this is what it looks like. So it's not that hard to remove. 5 minutes and you're pretty much done. Okay, so now you have seen the chrome trimmings being removed, and now we are going to actually start working on the rear axle. First of all, we've got these supports, and we have to move them to here, and that means we have to remove these first, so we can move the supports and put them on that thing, on this, and then we will be able to just screw down, loosen the bolts that are holding the rear axle in place, and bam, it will be coming down on the thing, that green dude, the Domkraft. Okay, so this one here is a 19mm, and that one is a 21mm, and I've lubed them up with some sick shit. This is like the best stuff ever. So I put some on. We're just gonna wait a little bit, and then we are gonna loosen these boys.
Nice.
Yeah, boy.
Sweet.
Yeah, and a good tip is to actually hold on to that stupid thing, like, and don't be stupid like me and just like, why is it not coming loose? Damn. Men där, kan jag lossa den nu eller?
Nej.
Kan jag slå ut den bulten förresten?
Vilken?
Den här, under.
Ja, det ska jag gå. Ja. Första här.
Du, den är trög.
Vilken?
19, den övre.
Den kan vara spännande.
Va?
Ska smörja in emellan
Jag har gjort det.
på baksidan med.
Ja, jag har smört. I've been screwing a lot of BMWs, and I have broken so many freaking bolts, and this boy right here feels really sketchy. It feels like he's gonna be like, I'm gonna break. But this is actually feeling pretty good. So he's loose. Das ist gut. Oh. Ka-ching. Okay, so now these bolts are removed, and we can put the supports like that. Remove these first, of course, and then put the supports like that, and then we can disconnect the entire rear axle. Now we're just going to loosen this part. Not going to remove it, just loosen it, so we can remove it once the rear axle is down. So now we're gonna hoist the car a bit so we can move the supports and put them there, and then start removing the rear axle. Okay, so now we are going to remove the shock absorbers, I guess the word is, and it is a size 14. So now we have loosened the shock absorbers, and it is pushed up. And he is removing the Røde krängningsgrej.
Can't remember the name of this.
Yeah, we don't remember the name, but we're removing it.
It's some bar for. Yeah.
You've got them on most Volvos. I had it on my Volvo 940, on 945. It also had one.
Stabilizer.
Yes, stabilizer. Now it's my turn to remove on this side.
Fusk. Cheater.
That's how you cheat, and it goes so much faster. Remove the washers, and there's a bushing there. So actually loosening in the rear axle isn't that hard, and the screws holding it, the bolts and nuts, were actually pretty loose, or not loose, but they were pretty easy to remove. If this was a BMW, it would have been totally fucked up, and a lot of broken bolts. So yeah, rear axle is now out. Okay, so the entire rear axle is going to be taken to a company here in Sweden to get the diff checked out,
Bearings.
because it has seen better days. And we are going to be rolling a welded diff in this bad boy, so we can do 2 tire fires, because no one loves 1 tire fires. No, just kidding. Yeah, the bearings and stuff has to be checked, and we are going to renovate this, or the company we're going to bring it to is going to renovate it. So yeah, we're also going to be doing an episode when we take it to that company, and you'll see that part of the journey. But now it's time for a
coffee break.
Coffee break, yeah. Okay, now that we have removed the rear axle, we want to take away unnecessary parts, so we're going to be taking away these long boys, and to do that you need a 21 socket and 22 and just another 21. So I'll start by removing that one.
Has it been difficult to move these?
Yes, I need the little aluminium crowbar thingy. The other side we have already done, and it was much easier. But this was a little bit hard. This one sits kind of hard with the bushings, so yeah, you have to use a little bit of force. And then we got the large one down here, and you can pretty much just use the 21 socket like this and hold it on the back with a 22. And this one is kind of pretty loose, because since we loosened them a bit when the rear axle was on the car. So you just screw them, push it out, screw this back on, and this one just isn't sitting that hard, he just lets go. And then we just put this, actually we will put this one back through, just so we know where we have all the bolts, nuts and bolts. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, so now we're gonna move the rear axle to a different room so it isn't in the way. Now that we have successfully removed the rear axle and moved it to a different room so it's not in the way, we're going to start with removing all of this, loosening there are like 6 bolts holding it. We have 1, 2, and then there's a third under. Before we remove the front axle, or what is called?
Brake lines.
Yeah, we're going to remove the brake lines, but you don't forget to remove these brake lines, because they connect to the front part of the car, whatever it's called. Drop a comment what it's called. It's not an axle, it's more of a
Junction.
The Swedish word is framvagn, and I honestly can't remember what the English word for it is called.
Front axle.
But it's not an axle, it's more
Beam. Never mind.
Anyway, yeah, just drop a comment with the correct name for all of this. But yeah, anyway, there you have to remove the brake lines, or else they are going to, yeah, it won't be that good. And to remove these, they're on number 11. Wait,
No.
Now you got these two we're gonna remove. And don't forget when you remove the front axle, I'm gonna just keep calling it the front axle because I seriously can't remember the English word for it. So please comment the correct word. But when you remove it, you're gonna find these adjustment, what's it called? Adjustment washers. They look like this, and you have to really make sure that you remember which is for the left side and right side of the car. This is for the right side, the passenger side. So we have 2 boxes that we put them in, so we know which is which. So when we put everything together again, the same adjustment washers will be placed in. That's how we roll. What we still had? 1, 2, 3. Now that the front and rear axle is removed, there's not much left to remove from the car before we can put it up in the jig and start doing the bodywork. It's pretty much this that has to be removed. We are also going to be removing the doors before we put it up in the jig, just to get as much weight reduction as possible. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then the welding and cutting away things and all the fun stuff begins. I can't wait to do some TIG welding on the body. So yeah, pretty much gonna call it a day. So this is the end of episode 3. I hope you guys have gotten the information you want and need if you're doing the same type of rebuild that we are. I also did some changes in this episode. I decided that I want to tell you more of what size of the tools we are using when we're removing things. I hope you guys like it, and if you want me to continue telling us what size there is on everything, on the bolts and yeah, what tools we are using, leave a comment if it's a thumbs up and I should keep on doing it. If there's anything else you guys want to see or know about the car, or if you have any other questions, just hit me up in the comments and I will answer the questions live in the next episode. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. So thank you so much for watching episode 3, and we will see you in episode 4. So goodbye.